Just before we start, Bob's going to do an introduction with a little harmonica introduction. Thank you, Bob. First of all, a couple of apologies. The Mayor, Margaret Thomas, who would love to have been here but couldn't make it. Two of our committee members, Margaret and Bill working, Margaret's not doing well, and Forrest as well. And I know there are a lot of other people who maybe will know individually that have a will up to be. So first of all, to start proceedings, I'm going to ask Kathy Ritchie, Councillor Kathy Ritchie, who has also been a long-term committee member of the Hub, and she sometimes has another part-time role as my wife as well.
Well, good morning everyone, and thank you again for coming. Absolutely fantastic to see you all here. I'm partly here as a committee member, but also because I'm a councillor, I want to speak, if I can, on behalf of the city, because the Mayor was an apology today. And I often think that we all think that local government should do everything, and I understand that. But there are some things that we as the community can do better than local government. And I think the Hub is a very good point in case. And I think when I look at the people around me, when I look at someone like Yvonne, there's no employee that the city could have that would meet anywhere near what Yvonne's been able to do for us. So the council recognises that is the case, and so I was delighted to move a motion recently for the city to give the Hub $100,000 to keep us going for 18 months while we get our act together again with all our fundraising and things we need to do. But the fact that that was a nearly unanimous vote by council also recognised that there are some things the city can't do, and that this was such an important aspect of city life that it was really important that we put that money behind the city. And as I said when I moved the motion, 25% of people in the city are over 60. And that is something that I think often gets not so much ignored, but we tend to be a quiet group. And so there's lots of facilities for children, there's lots of sporting things, there's lots of things, but what have we actually got in the city to see this? And so I think the Hub is one answer to that, about getting people together, about being able to be part of that. So I was delighted that the city could actually be a part of supporting the Hub. So Yvonne, I don't even know how we replace you. I can't even begin to think. But one thing I would say is that as we thought when someone else left, Yvonne came from nowhere and has just taken the Hub to a completely different level, and I think a lot of us didn't think we'd get to, and it has done that. So again, I want you to have a think about yourselves. Where's your kids? Where's your grandkids? Who might be able to be interested in that part-time role as well? So it's a really exciting possibility. But Yvonne, on behalf of all of us, and particularly on behalf of the City of Kalamunda, thank you. You are wonderful.
Okay.
Did you read my notes this morning? Peter would like to say a couple of bit.
Yvonne, I just want to say you've been amazing. You have just taken this Hub and just helped to really evolve it into something. The number of people here today is an indicator of how many people you've touched, how many people I think have just valued immensely what you've done. We'll all miss you, Yvonne. You are not anyone, you're an outstanding coordinator, and I would say as someone who works in this area of community building across the country, You are without doubt the best community builder I know in the country. We just hope that you will keep involved, and but above all, wherever you are led in the city of Kalamunda, you're always wanting to build a healthier, more connected kind of like community. You'll keep doing it. And so I wanted to present with you the best book called the Community Builder's Handbook. And just so we keep you involved in Kalamunda, wherever you are, we know you'll be there, and whatever you do is great. Thank you, Yvonne, for everything.
I'm happy to tell you. I will come down front.
So I know we've all been touched by the wonderful Yvonne. The smile when you go in, get a listening ear, and when you're talking with Yvonne, you are the most important person at that moment. You give her full attention, there's no problem too small, and nothing that she's not prepared to help you to solve. And so that's her wonderful, her wonderful attributes to that. I've almost got over the shock of the email from a couple of weeks ago, but not quite. But I do respect Yvonne's decision. I might not agree with it, but I do respect it because she's focusing in her own mind what she wants to do in terms of that. So I'm very grateful for that. I just want to recognise a couple of people today. I wasn't going to pick anybody out, but Anne Bailey, who was sitting down here, the wonderful Anne. She's been a foundation member. You may remember back when we did, somebody gifted a mobility scooter to the hub, and it's almost in its very first few weeks. And Anne was the recipient of that scooter, and she's used it successfully. And down unfortunately now, well, not unfortunately, but Anne has now moved to Parry House. And I was speaking with her this morning. She's made some nice friends and that there. But now she said that the mobility scooter can now be passed on. So that'll be one task that the committee is looking to do. And we'll be asking members for some suggestions for that. So that's absolutely fantastic in terms of those. In terms of the process, we have advertised. There's some interest around. I won't know until Monday when people put their applications in. But we will keep you informed. And as Kathy said, there will be people out there, and we will keep going. We are going to go forward, so that's the thing. And the best thing that we can do to respect Yvonne is to build on what she has put in place. It is amazing. To do that. And while we stopgap in the meantime, there will be a slight gap, but the committee and the wonderful volunteers. Yvonne gave me the list. Here's every person who's volunteering here to that. So I just look at the list and go, all right, I can go and talk to that person. And some of the simple things that you just don't realise sometimes. Like every morning, this morning was Chair Pilates. Now one person, Norma Walsh, here, who's a freeman of the city, she has her own chair because it's got arms on it. She needs to get out. Somebody puts it in place so that Norma is there every time. So that one small thing makes a big difference to you, doesn't it?
Thank you very much.
So, and it's those little things and the bigger things too. That's what we work on. It's the volunteers who really help make that. I just look at my notes to see I've only got 50 back. So basically, yeah, it's not goodbye, it's au revoir. That you understand the French difference that it's all about. And you are not to be a stranger, you are welcome here anytime. Right? I know sometimes we all go, oh, I must go back and you leave and you don't. I'll be disappointed. I know where you live.
I'm local.
I know where you live. I'll be over knocking on the door saying,
Yeah.
so on behalf of us all, we've got
who always step up, who always help, who always support, who always say yes. And even if it's just a little bit of a help, I can't name all the volunteers here today, but they're time and time again. And then, you know, there's also some other programs. Suzanne's here today and Jen's here today. So there's other programs that have come into play. Nothing happens with just one person. It is everyone. And every single one of you have made a contribution to this place. And it is what it is today because of all of you. The next person or persons, they will bring fresh eyes and a fresh start to this place, and it must succeed. You must give them lots of love and connection and collaboration again. Change is scary. Don't be afraid of it. I know when I first started, there was people that were scared of change, but it worked. And sometimes you just have to, you know, give people lots of love. And I know you all have got so much to give, so please give them that. I am going to miss this place because I love each and every one of you. I have been honoured and I feel so blessed that I've been able to do this role. What a great job to work with people and work in the community that I love. So thank you all for being part of it. Thank you for trusting me with your stories and trusting me to work with me. We cried, you couldn't make cry. But I do love you all and thank you so much for letting me have this role. It's been honestly a treat. I feel very blessed.
All right, and special thanks to the volunteers. None of you can leave until all the food's the ladies in the kitchen, that was wonderful. But if you want to take something home for lunch, by all means do. Okay, so we're now just, that's the formal part, so have a conversation. Oh no, we got the lucky numbers. How we going, Eric?
Very true. I wanted to
Okay,
do
we've
fun,
got
but
a number, so we're just going to give about another 10 minutes to sell all the lucky numbers, and then I'll draw that to see who the big winners are.
I don't know.
You know, you wouldn't have the volunteers if you didn't have a person like that.
Oh gosh. Where is she? Oh, here she comes. It's all right. Thanks, darling.